Let's talk a little bit about Quad and QuadMAX putting analysis. So starting with looking at ball at rest, we always start with getting ball lock and understanding the ground plane and our target direction. So once we have a ball lock position, with the ball being in the Quad or QuadMAX putting zone, and the accelerometers that are on the device, we have an established ball position and a ground plane from both of those. And then we use a target direction, which on a Quad and QuadMAX, there's a default target direction, which is parallel to the face of the device. Or if we want to change our target direction, we can use our alignment stick and we can lay it down through the middle of the zone and point directly at the target, whether it be a T in the ground or a hole in the ground or whatever it is that we're aiming at. And we can use that as our target line. And then we get into the stroke. The stroke begins with us taking the club away, and the Quad and QuadMAX are continuously recording on a loop as we're capturing all this information. And once we get into impact here, the ball moves off of our ball lock position, and we know that our exact moment in time where our impact is. So from there, we go back and we capture all of the images of the club coming into impact, and we look at all of the club stickers from those images, and we create a 3D chain in space of all of those stickers, which tells us all of our club information. So that club information being face angles at impact, the path of the club coming into impact, the speed of the club coming into impact, and the angle of attack. From that 3D chaining information, we find the exact moment in time when the putter head touches the ball, and we determine exactly what the face angle at impact was, the lie angle at impact, the impact location where the ball actually touched the putter face relative to those club stickers, the path, and the speed of the club head. Then once the ball launches, we now move into all of our ball metrics. So from these, our initial ball metrics that we're going to be looking at is we're going to look at that launch speed, so the velocity that the ball takes off at out of its resting spot, the launch angle that it takes off at out of the resting spot, the direction relative to our target lines, and the spin as it comes out of that resting spot. A little further down the line, we're going to be looking at carry. So carry is going to be a relatively small number. Obviously, we're not launching the ball very high in the air, so we're looking at a number that's going to be measured in inches here. So a short while after impact, we'll see that number. And we'll continue to watch the ball speed and the spin rates as the ball starts moving down its path. And then as we get a little further down the line, we get to our last two metrics. The last two metrics that we're looking at here are going to be our roll spin and our skid numbers, and they're closely tied together. So as the ball is traveling down its line, it has a directional velocity to it. It also has a rotational velocity to it. Once the directional velocity and the rotational velocity are matching each other, that's our roll spin number. So that's how many RPMs the ball is spinning at when it reaches true roll. That also is the conclusion of the skid. So once the ball is at true roll, it's no longer skidding, and that distance is what we give you on the Quad and QuadMAX for the skid number.